All right, I'm getting ready to start the hearts in the 5x7 hoop, and you need to get your vinyl and figure out which piece is which, and I recommend putting them against like a white piece of paper, and that way it's really easy to see which one is which, because they're so translucent. It's hard to tell when they're just like this, see? But once you put them up against a white background, it's pretty easy to see that. So I have all of mine. I have like the orange, a mint, purple, pink, and a clear. And I think that clear is gonna go over the yellow. I'm gonna pull this up again. Now, one of the things that I do to make my life a lot easier when I am doing Kimberbell designs is I will go through and look at the little squares that tell me what thread color to use when. And the very first color that comes up is the pink for the pink heart. Now, there is where it has a little eyeball. It says stitch the background tack down basting stitch, and it looks like it has it's the outline of the hearts, but it's actually about 1/4 of an inch bigger all the way around than the hearts. Now, because I did the background quilting, I am not going to stitch that line. If you didn't do the background quilting, you do need to stitch this basting stitch to make sure that your fabric holds tight to the batting and everything holds tight together, okay? But I'm not going to do that. I am going to put my fabric down and tape it, but I have found the basting stitch to be unnecessary when you've already got your background quilting done. If you want to do it because it makes you feel better, then go right ahead, but I am not going to do that. So what I do is, you can see we've got a neutral thread color on stitch 1 to stitch the template. We're going to have a color that you can see, which is the basting stitch, so you do want it to be something you can see easily to remove if you are going to do it. And the very next one is the pink, so I load pink first in the machine. If up to that point it doesn't matter what color is in there, then I load the first color that it does matter, and that just saves me some color thread changes, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the design. I'm gonna go to the pocket and wireless, and here it is, and hit set and edit end. Okay, and embroidery. Now, because I don't wanna, I'm gonna go ahead, I can see that the placement lines are right here. So I'm gonna put my foot down and go ahead and stitch that out. And I'll make this so you can see it, because even though it's pink, I know it's hard. Here's the line right here, okay? And then there's a line up here with a center, and there's a couple of lines out here. All right, you want to fold your fabric in half this way and match up your points, okay? And then you want to get that a nice triangle, and then fold the fold side down to the point and get yourself your 90-degree right here and put that in that quadrant right up to the edge of the stitching, okay? And fold that up straight, just like that, and then hold it tight and fold it over. And it all looks pretty good. I like it. So I'm going to put this here and here, and I don't think I need to do anything else. Maybe one over here. It's probably overkill, but okay. All right, so that is not going anywhere, and I'm going to go ahead and start stitching the hearts. For me to do that, I'm going to touch the needle plus minus button, and I've got these spools right here, and these are thread color changes to jump ahead or go back, and I'm going to go plus on one of the spools and hit OK. Then I'm going to come back and take a look and make sure that it is the placement line for the heart. I need to turn on my iron. I'm going to put my foot down and stitch that. Okay, I'm going to remove the hoop and I'm going to trim away that little tail that's on there. Now, if you did not pre-cut your pieces, this is where you will take a square of pink fabric. Make sure it covers the placement line by at least 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then tape it down. And you're going to want to put it back into the machine and then stitch down the tack down line, then pull the hoop back out, and then take your curved embroidery scissors and trim all the way around the heart and get all of that pretty close to the trim line. Turning this over to the ironing board side. This is a June Taylor Quilter's Cut and Press. I really like it. And now it would do the tack down line, but I've actually tacked it down using the iron, so I don't need the tack down line. I'm going to pop it back into the machine. I'm going to do the needle plus minus and jump ahead to the stitch after the tack down. And it's going to do the little final stitch on this. So you save time when you pre-cut your pieces by not only not having to cut in the hoop, but you can skip your tack down lines, which essentially really speeds up your process. I want to show you up close. Blowing that up by 0.1 millimeters is perfect size for this. That's the SVG file. And you get the same effect if you click +2 on the Kimberbell SVG files that come on the CD. All right, it is time to do a thread color change. The next color is the mint green, the blue. So that's the mint green for me. They call it blue. I see mint green. I don't know. And to do that, I normally will snip the thread. So I've got a pretty good tail right here. And then I bring this thread over the top and I just tie it in a single knot. I twist it twice and then put them in a single knot. And then I pull it, I unthread the needle and pull the thread through the machine. Oh, you got it hooked up right there. There we go. And there we go. Alrighty, and I'm going to stitch this. Remove the hoop. Take the mint green. Put it back in. Needle plus minus. Jump ahead 1 spool. The next stitch are the words on all of these, and I have got a little bit darker pink in there for that, so I'm going to let that stitch out. Okay. This is a hot mess. I'm going to show you guys up close. So tails got tucked under letters, and I've got a lot of cleanup to do here. So I want to show you my favorite tools for this. This is a pair of Revlon eyebrow tweezers. I love these. They're the pointy ones. They hold very tight. You can get a very close clip. And these are February 738Ps. They have a serrated edge on the inside. I picked these up at the Houston show. I'm going to link to all of this stuff below. But when you go to trim these, you want to pull up with the tweezers with your non-dominant hand and then cut. And you're going to get a very clean cut. But I'm going to have to go through here, and there's jump threads in between individual letters. I've got places where tails got stitched down into letters. I should have stopped it and jumped on it right then, but well, it is what it is. So I'm going to spend some time here cleaning this up. Okay, I think I've done a pretty good job. Now the way I double check this, because we're fixing to put vinyl over the top of these. And if there's anything wrong and the vinyl goes over it, there's no going back. So the way I double check this is I look at each one individually and I go L-O-V-E-B-U-G. Those all look right. I can see each letter and everything looks fine. X-O-X-O. I am scrutinizing that the letter looks whole. It doesn't look blobby or blurry, and it doesn't have a string across it. Y-O-U and M-E. So I'm happy with this now, and I'm ready to put vinyl on it. You guys, when you do your lettering and stuff like this, if anything's going to go over the top of it, you need to double, triple, quadruple check your letters, because once the vinyl goes on it and you find a mistake, you're going to hate it. I'm just telling you. So fix it now or forever hold your peace. Okay, so the very first one is the vinyl for the light pink. So I need to switch out my pink threads. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a corner of it and make sure it is covering the entire pink heart. And I'm going to put my foot down, kind of hold on to it here and hit go. Now you want to pull the hoop out and trim around as close to the vinyl as possible, or as close to the stitch line as possible, all right? Don't cut that stitch line because it'll fray and get fuzzy. So look, that turned out just adorable. So I'm going to do that to all the rest of these and then we'll be done.